One thing you realize when you have traveled a lot is that money is relative. There are some places where your dollar feels weak and tired, and then there are other places where that same dollar feels like it just went to the gym. If you are living in the United States, Canada, or Western Europe in 2026, you know the feeling of sticker shock. You go to the grocery store and buy 3 things, and somehow it costs 50 bucks. You fill up your gas tank and you want to cry. It feels like you are running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up while your paycheck stays the same. But here is the secret that financial news channels rarely tell you. The problem isn't always how much money you have. The problem is usually where you are spending it. My wife and I traveled full time for 6 months all over the world. We did it on a budget of just $50 per person per day. We did not sleep on park benches. We did not eat instant noodles for every meal. We lived well. We realized that $50 a day is poverty in Boston, but it is royalty in Bangkok. In this video, I'm going to share 10 amazing places where you can live that $50 lifestyle in 2026. These are places where your money buys you incredible food, beautiful apartments, and life-changing experiences without making you feel like you are sacrificing anything. We are going to count them down from 10 to 1. Let's get started. Number 10, Montenegro. We are starting this list in Europe. Most people assume that Europe is out of reach for a budget traveler. They think of Paris or London or Rome, and they see dollar signs flying away. But there is a hidden corner of the continent that offers the dramatic beauty of the Mediterranean at a fraction of the price. That place is Montenegro. This tiny Balkan country is arguably one of the most underrated destinations in the entire world. It offers the same stunning Adriatic coastlines and medieval charm as its neighbor Croatia, but it comes without the massive tourist crowds and the inflated price tags. My family and I traveled to Montenegro in September, and we were absolutely blown away by the natural beauty. The country is roughly the size of the state of Connecticut, yet it packs in 117 beaches and 5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It is incredibly dense with beauty. We based ourselves in the Bay of Kotor. This is one of the most spectacular landscapes I have ever seen. Imagine giant limestone mountains dropping straight down into blue water. It looks like a fjord in Norway, but with a warm Mediterranean climate. Although this is the most popular part of the country, we found it very easy to stay on budget. The trick is to avoid staying right inside the old town of Kotor. Instead, stay in a smaller town nearby like Dobrota or Perast. You get the same views and the same water, but you pay half the price for accommodation. We found lovely apartments for around $30 to $40 a night during the shoulder season. If you visit in July or August, prices will be higher, but if you come in May, June, September, or October, it is a bargain hunter's paradise. Food is another area where your money goes far. You can get a massive slice of pizza or a fresh burek from a bakery for just a couple of dollars. Even a sit-down seafood dinner with wine will cost you significantly less than a casual lunch in the US. We decided to have a nice dinner on our last night. We ate right by the water watching the sunset. I looked up the price of the hotel next door, which was a 5-star luxury property. It was hundreds of dollars a night. But we were enjoying the exact same view and the exact same atmosphere for pennies on the dollar. That is the beauty of Montenegro. You get the $1 million European experience without the $1 million bank account. Number 9, Bosnia and Herzegovina. We are going to hop just next door for our number 9 spot. This is a place that isn't just budget friendly. It is one of the most culturally rewarding and fascinating destinations in all of Europe. Bosnia and Herzegovina is a country where your travel dollars stretch incredibly far. We spent a week in the capital city of Sarajevo and loved every single minute of it. Bosnia has this incredible blend of influences that you just do not find anywhere else. It sits right at the crossroads of East and West. You can see Ottoman architecture sitting right next to Austro-Hungarian buildings. You feel it the moment you step into the old town. You walk down cobblestone streets and hear the sound of copper craftsmen hammering away at their shops. You smell the aroma of strong coffee and grilled meat. You hear the church bells ringing at the same time as the call to prayer echoes through the valley. It is unlike anywhere else we have been in Europe. The cuisine here practically deserves its own video because it is delicious and incredibly cheap. Traditional meals like cevapi are a meat lover's dream. Cevapi are these small grilled sausages made of minced beef or lamb. They are served with fresh flatbread and chopped onions. It is simple, it is filling, and it is absolutely delicious. Best of all, a full plate will only cost you about $3 to $5. You can eat like a king here for the price of a snack back home. Another staple is burek, which is a flaky pastry filled with meat, cheese, or spinach. It is the perfect cheap lunch for a couple of dollars. Bosnia is easily one of the best value food destinations we have ever traveled to. I would go back just for the food alone. Beyond the food, the coffee culture in Bosnia is legendary. People here do not rush their coffee. They sit for hours sipping thick Bosnian coffee from beautiful copper sets. A coffee costs about $1.50. It is the cheapest entertainment you can find. We also took a day trip to Mostar. This town is famous for its iconic old bridge that arches over the turquoise river. It is stunningly beautiful, but it can get very crowded during the day. I recommend doing what we did and visiting as a day trip from Sarajevo, or stay overnight and wake up early to have the bridge to yourself before the tour buses arrive. Accommodation in Bosnia is very affordable. You can find modern, clean apartments in the city center for $25 a night. It is a place where $50 a day feels like a luxury budget. Number 8. Poland. Next up is a place I had never planned to visit, but now I cannot wait to go back to. Poland delivers world-class charm at prices that seem too good to be true. We are talking about beautifully restored medieval cities. We are talking about heavy-hitting historical sites. And we are talking about some of the best food value in all of Europe. Krakow is the centerpiece and quite possibly one of our favorite European cities. The medieval Old Town is centered around one of Europe's largest market squares. It is well preserved and easily walkable. You have got the iconic St. Mary's Basilica towering over the square. Just outside the Old Town, you have Wawel Castle, which was the former residency of Polish kings. The city is beautiful to just walk around in. You do not need to spend money on expensive tours to enjoy it. Just walking the streets is an experience in itself. The city is also home to profound historical significance. It is well worth a visit to the Schindler Factory Museum to understand the history of World War II here. Krakow is also only about an hour from the Auschwitz concentration camp. It is a heavy experience, but I think it is important to visit if you are in the region. Warsaw is an entirely different experience from Krakow. It is a modern capital with a skyline of skyscrapers, but it also has a reconstructed old town that rose from near total destruction after the war. It is a powerful testament to the resilience of Poland and its people. For something more off the beaten path, you can head north to Gdansk on the Baltic coast. It gives you colorful merchant houses and maritime history without the crowds. Now let's talk about the food scene because it is amazing. The portions in Poland are huge and the prices are remarkably low. Some dishes we loved include bigos, which is a hearty meat and cabbage stew. We also loved the crispy potato pancakes. And of course, you cannot forget pierogi. Pierogi are Polish dumplings that can be filled with meat, cheese, potatoes, or even fruit. We even took a cooking class to learn how to make them, which was awesome. If you really want the best value you have to check out the milk bars, these are Soviet-era cafeteria-style restaurants. They serve massive plates of traditional Polish food for almost nothing. A full meal will run you $4 to $6. It is not fancy dining, but it is authentic and delicious. You walk in, grab a tray, point at what you want, and eat until you can't move. Poland punches way above its weight when it comes to what you get for your money. It has the infrastructure of Western Europe with the prices of Eastern Europe. It is safe, clean, and incredibly affordable. Number 7, Morocco. Now we are going to head to North Africa for a place that seems determined to overwhelm your senses. Morocco is a full-blown sensory explosion. It is a place of electrifying markets known as souks. It is the home of the vast Sahara Desert. It is a land of ancient walled cities that feel like you have stepped back centuries in time. It is one of our more unique travel experiences, and it is surprisingly affordable at $40 to $60 per day. This is especially true if you travel during the winter months when temperatures are mild and pleasant. The ancient Medinas of Fez and Marrakesh are adventures in themselves. They are labyrinths of narrow alleyways. You will see spice vendors piling their goods in colorful pyramids. You will see leather tanneries that have been operating the same way for hundreds of years. You will hear metal workers hammering out intricate designs. All of this is set to the soundtrack of haggling and the scent of street food. Staying in a traditional riad is a must. A riad is a Moroccan house with an interior courtyard or garden. From the outside, it just looks like a plain wall, but when you step inside, it is like entering a peaceful oasis. Staying in one gives you an intimate glimpse into local life. You can find beautiful riads for $30 a night that include a massive breakfast. In Marrakesh, the main square comes alive at dusk. It fills with performers, food stalls, and storytellers. It is chaotic and loud and absolutely wonderful. Beyond beyond the cities, Morocco's landscapes are just as spectacular. You could take a multi-day trip into the Atlas Mountains for trekking, or you can head into the Sahara for camel trekking. Spending a night in a traditional desert camp under the stars is a bucket list experience. Sleeping with zero light pollution and seeing the Milky Way stretch across the sky is unforgettable. To get the most value in Morocco, you have to be willing to barter. It is expected here. Whether you are buying souvenirs or paying for a taxi, the first price is never the real price. It is not an argument, so do not be rude. Think of it as a conversation or a game. If you do not haggle, you are going to pay more than you should. Moroccan food is also delicious and cheap. We are talking about couscous and tagine. Tagine is a slow-cooked stew named after the clay pot it is cooked in. You can get a bubbling pot of chicken and lemon tagine for about $5. Street food is even cheaper and very tasty. With $50 a day in Morocco, you can live a very exotic and colorful life. Number 6, Guatemala. Now let's jump to a totally different part of the world. We are heading to a place that delivers dramatic volcanic landscapes and living Mayan culture. Guatemala delivers everything you want from Central America, and it does it at a fraction of the price of its neighbors. Daily budgets here are easily between $40 and $60. That is significantly cheaper than Costa Rica or the tourist hotspots of Mexico. Honestly, the experiences here are just as good if not better. Lake Atitlan is the centerpiece of the country. This massive volcanic lake is surrounded by 3 towering volcanoes. It is dotted with small villages that each have their own distinct vibe. Panajakel is the main hub and very busy. San Marcos is known for yoga and meditation retreats. San Pedro is known for its backpacker nightlife. You can take boats between these towns very affordably. You can hike up the volcanoes for sunrise views that will leave you speechless. You can learn about traditional Mayan weaving from local artisans. Or you can just sit on a dock and soak in one of the most stunning natural settings in the Americas. Antigua is Guatemala's former capital city. It is one of the most photogenic cities in all of Latin America. The colonial architecture is beautifully preserved. The city has this charming mix of local life and traveler culture. You have amazing coffee shops using locally grown beans. You have bustling markets selling everything from fruit to textiles. You have rooftop restaurants where you can watch the nearby Fuego volcano erupt while you eat dinner. Tikal is another must-see spot. It is one of the largest and most important Mayan archaeological sites in existence. Massive stone temples rise above the jungle canopy. We are talking about structures that are over 1,000 years old. Some of them reach over 200 feet high. It feels like you are walking through a scene from an Indiana Jones movie. Embracing local transport is a great way to stretch your budget here. The chicken buses are the primary way locals get around. These are old American school buses that have been painted in bright neon colors. They are loud and crowded, but they are super cheap. A multi-hour trip through the mountains will only cost you a few dollars. Food is another highlight and incredibly cheap. Street food like tostadas and elotes is delicious. A full meal at a local Commodore rarely exceeds $4 or $5. Guatemala gives you the perfect combo of culture, adventure, and natural beauty. It is rugged and real and incredibly affordable. Number 5. Philippines. If you are looking for a tropical island escape that still delivers amazing value, look no further. The Philippines is an archipelago of more than 7,000 islands. It has crystal clear water and white sand beaches that rival any luxury resort destination, and you can enjoy it all on a daily budget of $45 to $50. The dramatic limestone cliffs in places like El Nido and Coron are absolutely stunning. And towering karst formations rise straight out of the turquoise water. The snorkeling and diving here are world class. You can see colorful coral reefs and sunken shipwrecks just below the surface. We spent about 3 weeks traveling the Philippines. El Nido on the island of Palawan was by far our favorite stop. The town is small and laid back. The surrounding islands are breathtaking. Now, we are not normally big hostel people, but in El Nido we stayed at a hostel and loved it. We got a private room with our own bathroom for like $30 a night. It was clean and modern and right in the center of town. Something we loved doing was renting a scooter for a couple of days. It cost about $8 a day to rent a bike. We drove around the island and found beaches that were completely empty. We had entire stretches of white sand all to ourselves. Wherever you go, I highly recommend taking at least one island hopping tour. These tours take you on a boat to visit hidden lagoons and secret beaches. They usually include a grilled seafood lunch on the beach. It is a full day of adventure for about $20 to $25. Here are some other great places to visit. Siargao is famous for its surfing culture and laid-back vibe. Cebu is great for diving and seeing waterfalls. Bohol is famous for its unique chocolate hills and tiny tarsier monkeys. The Philippines is not only visually stunning, but it is incredibly budget-friendly. Another huge advantage is the language. English is widely spoken everywhere in the Philippines. This makes travel so much easier. You can have real conversations with locals. You can ask for directions without using a translation app. You can make friends easily. The people are incredibly friendly and welcoming. Food is cheap and filling. You can get grilled pork or chicken with rice for $2 or $3. Transportation between islands can add up if you fly a lot, but once you are on an island, your daily costs are very low. For $50 a day, you are basically living in paradise. Number 4, Laos. If you are looking for one of the most authentic and peaceful countries in Southeast Asia, this is it. Laos is often overlooked by travelers rushing between Thailand and Vietnam, but that is exactly why you should go. This landlocked nation has a slow and peaceful pace that is hard to find these days. It is less commercialized than its neighbors. It has stunning natural beauty and a travel scene that encourages you to relax. Luang Prabang is the centerpiece of the country. This UNESCO town sits where the Mekong and Nam Khan rivers meet. It features a gorgeous mix of French colonial architecture and traditional Lao temples. The vibe here is incredibly chill. You can spend your days wandering between temples and coffee shops. Early risers can witness the daily alms ceremony. Hundreds of monks in orange robes walk through the streets at sunrise to collect food. It is a silent and spiritual tradition that is beautiful to watch. Vang Vieng offers a more adventurous side of Laos. It is surrounded by incredible limestone karst mountains. You can go kayaking on the river. You can go tubing through caves. You can hike up to viewpoints that offer panoramic views of the valley. One of the classic Lao experiences is taking the slow boat down the Mekong River. It is a 2-day journey from the Thai border to Luang Prabang. You sit on a wooden boat and watch the jungle scenery pass by. It gives you a great look at rural Lao life along the riverbanks. To stretch your budget even further, stick to just 1 or 2 towns. Transportation is usually the biggest expense after accommodation in Asia. Recently, a new high-speed train has opened connecting the major cities. This makes getting around much faster and more comfortable than the old buses. But even with the train, Laos remains very affordable. Rent a bicycle for $2 a day to get around town. Enjoy cheap but delicious meals like baguette sandwiches or noodle soup. Stay in clean guest houses for $15 a night. Even boutique hotels rarely exceed $40 or $50. The currency in Laos has faced some inflation recently. While this is tough for locals, it means your foreign currency goes a very long way. Laos isn't just good for your budget, it is good for your soul. It forces you to slow down and appreciate the moment. $50 here buys you a lot of peace and quiet. Number 3, Cambodia. Often overlooked in this region, Cambodia is vastly underappreciated. It is incredibly affordable and the people are wonderful. When we traveled here, we stayed well under $75 per day for both of us combined. That is $37 per person, and we were not roughing it. We stayed in hotels with swimming pools and ate at nice restaurants. The main draw is obviously Siem Reap. During our time there, we were blown away by the majesty of Angkor Wat. This UNESCO complex is the largest religious monument in the world. It is every bit as impressive as people say. You need at least a few days to explore it properly. We set aside a day and a half to explore numerous temples. We saw Ta Prohm, which is famous for the giant tree roots growing over the stones. We saw the Bayon Temple with its giant stone faces smiling down at you. For a little extra, you can do what we did. We hired a local tuk-tuk driver as our private temple guide for the day. For about 15 to 20 bucks, you get personal transport all day. You get someone who knows the best times to visit each temple to avoid crowds. And you usually get some great stories about Cambodian history. Our driver made the whole experience so much better than if we had tried to do it alone. One practical note is that Cambodia runs on a dual currency system. You will likely use the US dollar for most transactions. Prices are listed in US dollars and ATMs dispense US dollars. You will only get small change back in Cambodian riel. This makes budgeting and conversions very easy. Phnom Penh is the capital and where most flights arrive. While you are there, you should take a day to learn about the history. In the 1970s, Cambodia Cambodia went through a brutal genocide under the Khmer Rouge. It is a dark chapter, but understanding it is crucial to understanding the country today. Visiting the killing fields and the S-21 prison museum is heavy but necessary. Cambodia today is marked by a noticeable sense of rebuilding and looking ahead. The people are incredibly resilient and friendly. The hospitality here is some of the best we found in Southeast Asia. Food is also very cheap. You can get a draft beer on Pub Street for 50 cents or $1. You can get a delicious fish amok curry for $4. It is one of those places that leaves a lasting impression. $50 a day here makes you feel like a VIP. Number 2, Thailand. You cannot watch a video about cheap travel without Thailand showing up. It is the classic budget destination for a reason. Southern Thailand is amazing if beaches are what you are after. Bangkok is a chaotic city experience you should take in at least once. But the real value champion is northern Thailand, specifically the city of Chiang Mai. This area has a totally different feel from the south. And it has cooler weather and mountains instead of beaches. The costs are generally much lower than in Bangkok or the islands. We spent a couple of weeks in Chiang Mai and our daily budget was incredibly low without even trying. We ate out for every meal. We stayed in a nice house within the city walls. We got coffee at the hip shop next door every morning. We got multiple Thai massages and we still barely spent $60 a day for 2 people. The food in Chiang Mai is arguably some of the best you can get anywhere. You can eat delicious authentic Thai street food for $1 or $2 per meal. Khao soi is a northern Thai curry noodle soup that you have to try. It is rich and creamy and spicy and costs about $1.50. Grilled meats on sticks, mango sticky rice, fresh fruit smoothies. Everything is cheap and everything is delicious. Besides being affordable, Chiang Mai offers an eclectic mix of activities. You can explore the ancient temples inside the city walls. You can rent a scooter and drive up the mountain to see Doi Sathep Temple. You can walk the famous Sunday night market which goes on for miles. You can take a Thai cooking class and learn to make your own curry. You can visit an ethical elephant sanctuary and feed the elephants. Or you can drive out to the sticky waterfalls where the rocks have so much grip you can climb up them like Spider-Man. The digital nomad scene is huge here because the internet is fast and the coffee shops are great. You can rent a modern condo with a pool and gym for $400 a month. That is about $13 a day for rent. Add in food and transport and you are living a very comfortable life for way under $50. Thailand balances comfort and cost better than almost anywhere else. It is easy, it is safe, and it is fun. Number 1, Vietnam. We have reached our number 1 spot. The ultimate champion of value for 2026 is Vietnam. Why does Vietnam take the top spot over Thailand? 3 reasons: diversity, coastline, and energy. Vietnam offers an incredible range of experiences for a very low cost. You have the bustling energy of cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. You have the stunning limestone islands of Ha Long Bay. You have the mountains and rice terraces of Sapa in the north, and you have incredible beach cities like Da Nang and Ha Trang. Let's talk about Da Nang because it is becoming the new hotspot for expats and travelers. Imagine a modern city with a beautiful sandy beach running the entire length of it. You can rent a fully furnished studio apartment just a few minutes walk from the beach for $350 a month. That includes fast internet and cleaning services. That is less than $12 a day for rent. The food in Vietnam is legendary. Banh mi is the best sandwich in the world, and it costs less than $1. A steaming bowl of pho costs $2. Fresh spring rolls, bun cha, grilled seafood. The variety is endless, and it is all healthy and fresh. Coffee culture in Vietnam is huge. You can sit on a small plastic stool on the sidewalk and drink a strong iced coffee with condensed milk for $1. Or you can go to a modern cafe with air conditioning for $2. The internet in Vietnam is blazing fast. You can get an unlimited 4G data plan for your phone for about $4 a month. Transport is also cheap. You can take a grab bike taxi across town for $1 or $2, or you can rent your own motorbike for $5 a day. Vietnam feels like a country on the rise. There is an energy and optimism here that is contagious. The people are hardworking and friendly. It is safe to walk around at night, and the visa situation has improved, making it easier to stay longer. If you have $50 a day in Vietnam, you are not just surviving. You are thriving, you are eating the best food, living in a nice place, and exploring a fascinating culture. It offers the best balance of cost, quality of life, and adventure in 2026. That is why it is our number 1 pick, so there you have it. are 10 incredible places where your $50 buys you a life of freedom, from the mountains of Montenegro to the beaches of Vietnam. This list is not just about travel tips, it is about realizing that you have options. You do not have to accept the high cost of living as a life sentence. You do not have to wait until you are a millionaire to live well. Many people say they will travel when they have enough money, or they say they will move abroad when they retire. But here is the truth. Inflation is eating your savings faster than you can build them. $50 today is worth more than $50 will be in 10 years. And more importantly, time is the only asset you cannot earn back. Your health and your youth are depreciating assets. Do not wait until you are too old to enjoy the adventure. Use geography to hack your finances. Pick a destination, buy the ticket, and start living the life you deserve. Because with this list, you already have enough money. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.